Welcome to Heartfelt with Julie Margerison, a space for honest stories, tender truths, and soul-deep conversations. I'm your host, Julie Margerison, and here we explore the questions that stir something real in us, questions about joy, fear, healing, and the moments that shape who we are. Each episode is an invitation to slow down, go deeper, and hear the kind of stories that remind us we're not alone in this human experience. So wherever you are right now, thank you for being here. Let's begin. Welcome to Heartfelt with Julie Margerison podcast. This is a solo episode, and I would like to talk to you about what has been showing up for me. In the external world, I'm seeing a lot of fear showing up, and I feel like it's a little bit of a replay of what happened back in 2020, and I feel like it's much the same but different, and I can see how I am reacting differently to it this time. I choose not to watch TV. Well, I choose not to watch the news and get caught up in it because I know in my body that I feel a lot of fear when I hear what the narrative has been shared. And I know I have been judged for having this aspect of myself not following the mainstream media, but I feel like it is just best for my nervous system to just stay in my fence. And is it really going to help me to know what story has been told externally out there? In 2020, it really was a huge growth for me, and I did feel the separation being felt through a lot of different aspects, and I now have chosen to not have the news in my world because that is in my best interest. But now that I'm a support worker, I tend to be at other people's places where the news is on or the discussion has been had. And I can really feel the heaviness in my body when this happens. And I feel the heaviness bring me down. And it's a feeling that I actually don't enjoy. And if I can keep my energy up, that is my motivation to do that. And I feel the best way that I can achieve that is by not getting caught up with what's outside my fenced area. Now, when I talk about my fenced area, I just talk about what feels right for me in my internal world. So there was a discussion this morning with Russell, and I just want to share with you how people respond to things differently. And we were talking about hot cross buns, and I was saying, oh, you're going to buy any hot cross buns this year? I'm choosing not to eat hot cross buns, and that's my choice. And I just wanted to know what Russell was going to do. And he said, well, yes, I am going to get hot cross buns, but I just don't know whether I should just buy the ones on special at Coles or buy the chocolate ones or buy the fruit ones. And it was all coming down to the value, the price of things. And this is a thing that has shown up in our lives quite a few times. And I just want to share my perspective of it. And it's what works for me. And it doesn't have to work for Russell. But I said to him, why don't you buy the hot cross buns that you enjoy the most? Don't bring it down to money. And then he's going, oh, well, the fuel's so expensive at the moment, cost of living's gone up. And he said, if we can save some money, I would rather do that. And then I said, well, I see it a little bit different. I see that if you are going to choose to eat hot cross buns, why don't you eat the ones that you enjoy the most? I said, if I could eat hot cross buns without being celiac, I would choose the Baker's Delight ones. I'd be getting the fresh ones on Thursday and looking forward to eating them on Good Friday. But this is your choice. I'm choosing not to buy gluten-free hot cross buns, but you need to decide what you want to do. And he went, wow, I didn't even think of going to Baker's Delight. I was just thinking of the cheaper option. So I just found that very interesting about how the motivation for self can look so differently. This brings me to another topic about making a decision on what feels right for self. I can remember Russell and I were traveling, and I just enjoy to get straight to the airport and park at the airport parking. It might actually cost a little bit more, but the convenience outweighs the cost. And that's how I see it. And Russell goes, oh no, we should get the ones that you have to, I'm over exaggerating here, but where you have to catch a taxi and then a bus and then you get to the airport. And I said, I don't see that is enjoyable because I see you getting the luggage in and out of the taxi and then onto the bus. And then we get to the airport and you have to get it out of the bus again. And I just said, I find it just so much better for myself to actually go straight to the airport and get the luggage out and we're there. And he went, wow, I'd never ever thought of that. He was thinking of the money again rather than the convenience. So it's actually interesting how the motivation for some person is the money, and then the motivation for another person is the convenience. And I see a lot of worth in the convenience. I wanted to go for a drive on the weekend, and Russell said, oh, we shouldn't do that because of how much money it costs because of the fuel. And I said, well, I'm still going to go because it was important to me. That brought value to me. But Russell was thinking about the bottom dollar. And I know that we have to stay in budget, but then also I don't like the feeling of restriction and the feeling of lack that the universe won't support us to provide for our needs. And I have been working through that a lot, that I should be able to get my needs met. And I feel like this is a big thing about taking my power back, about me allowed to actually ask for what I want and to believe that I will receive that. So this is what's really been showing up. Today I was driving and I was really thinking a lot about that, feeling the heaviness all about this money thing. And it was really on my mind. I was doing the speed limit, and then my mind was in the loop about the money. Then I went past the police car that was parked on the side of the road, and I looked down at my speedo and I was over the limit. And it's like, wow, isn't this amazing how this is manifested that maybe I have just got a speeding ticket. And it's because I have been in the heaviness of lack rather than in the lightness of trust and surrendering that the universe will support me. So it will be interesting to see whether I will get a letter in the mail and it will be a speeding ticket or whether I was okay. So it's been a big learning for me today and over the last week since there's been this big development of how the cost of living has gone up, how the petrol's gone up, the fuel's gone up, the interest rates have gone up, all what's happening around the world. And I've just been given this gentle reminder about what I focus on is what I'll bring about. And I need to know that I have to focus on what I want in life and not what I don't want in life. And this has been spiraling in me all my life. And I feel like this time around, it's even though the heaviness is there, it's not as heavy as it has been. And I feel like the awareness is the light that I needed to see. So I am really going to do my best at staying in my fence and keeping my belief and my energy light. The last few weeks, life has been pretty hectic, and I have had some challenges, and it's been about the Julie Margerison community. Didn't turn out how I wanted it. Not that I actually knew how I wanted it. It was going on a lot of trust, but because I actually have to hear something, see something, and experience it before I get it when I was going through the process of talking with my tech people on how to actually make this Julie Margerison community be seen, I didn't really know how I wanted it to look. But all I know is now it has been set up. I don't find it very user-friendly, and I'm not very tech savvy. And my audience, my clients are finding it the same. So we've now gone back to the drawing board, and I've got some ideas on how I would like it to be because I do follow other subscriptions that I have found very beneficial. And then there are some that I haven't. So it's been a very big learning curve for me. And I really do appreciate how I am able to speak up and just go, this is just not working for me. And also, I have got feedback. I am better at receiving feedback. I have a client who is a good friend of mine in my Blissful Touch business. And for years, she's been with me from day dot. And we talk about the feedback form, put it on the feedback form, and there is no feedback form. But you know what? I really appreciate feedback now. Back then, when I used to joke about it, it was a fear. I did not want to be told where I'd gone wrong. But now I actually am so open to other people's perspectives. And I am okay that if people have an opinion, and I just want to learn how they see it, or could it work better for me, and how it could bring value to me. So I have appreciated the feedback that I have received from the Julie Margerison community, and I just want to reassure you, third time lucky, we'll be there, and it will be how it's meant to be. And I just have to trust the universe has been putting all these roadblocks up so I can get it so-called right. and feel good within me so I can benefit you, my audience, and let the ripple effect be felt. Because my purpose of all of this, documenting my self-discovery journey, is to make a difference and to be deep and personal so I can share where I go right, where I go wrong for self. And it might give you insight, or you might actually even resonate with me on the different things that I'm going through. So I just really appreciate that you are supporting me and you are listening to this. Now, I have my website, juliemargerison.com, and I would love you to subscribe to my newsletter. Then you are kept up to date with the heartfelt fortnightly pause. And in there, it will keep you up to date on where I'm at, what I'm doing, how the Julie Margerison community is looking, what the new look is, and it's ever evolving at the moment, and I really appreciate the space you are holding for me, and it just really means the world to me. So thank you very much. Thank you for sharing this moment with us. I hope something in this conversation stays with you, opened something up in you, or simply made you feel seen. If this episode moved you, feel free to share it with someone who might need it too. And if you'd like to continue this journey with us, be sure to subscribe and stay connected. Until next time, take care of your heart and remember, your story matters. Thank you.